see if the defense proves some hope here. Throws it to the right.
Going all the way, going all the way.
Looking to throw, it's Howard. Taking a shot on the first play. Fires into traffic, picked off. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
I'll tell you what, defense is a dream, right? You dream about coming out, setting the tone, you practice your...
Who is your best matchup, one-on-one, that can get you this first down?
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Hit the afterburners, kid. The 20. Touchdown, Oregon. What a catch and run for 6.
Man, you talk about flipping the field in a...
Hey, everybody. I'm doing a quick show. Starting Saturday night-ish around this time. So, just to recap, college football short. If I can learn how to speak. But anyways, first guest of the new show idea is the one, the only Dead Man.
Hey Wade, how are you tonight?
Good. Well, besides the coach being nonchalant with time management up into the game, but you know.
Well, depending on which one you talk about, yeah, it's
I'm talking about Colorado.
Oh, Colorado. Obviously. Well, at least they won by 14. At least they had a good win.
Yeah, but we should have played better.
Yeah, always room for improvement. Yeah.
But they keep doing the same mistake.
Hey, but they keep winning though. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
they keep winning. I'm watching. I'm watching the end of this Oklahoma-Missouri game. Oklahoma had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Took a 7-point lead, so there's like a minute left, and Missouri is driving. So yeah, lots of good action today.
I thought they didn't. I thought I heard there wasn't any Friday games, and then there was Iowa played on Friday.
Yep, Iowa, UCLA, California was at Wake Forest, Bryce at Memphis, New Mexico, San Jose State, San Diego State. There may not have been a game on Fox itself, but there was.
Maybe that was it. I don't know.
This is the standpoint. There's a point in October when the MAC starts playing on Tuesday night. We actually have football, either college and pros, 7 nights a week. Yeah, because some leagues play on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's crazy.
So it's not necessarily where I was going to go with, but I thought, since I'm a resident SEC fan, are you impressed with the packing orders this year, or are you surprised?
There's some surprises all around the country, but I specifically SEC, I don't. Yeah, it is a little bit with Texas A&M is doing as well as they are doing up at the top. That was a surprise to me. Texas A&M doing so well. You got Tennessee, which people expected, but what's happening is they're chewing each other up. Georgia's losing. Ole Miss has lost games. Alabama's lost. I mean, they're all knocking the crap out of each other. So you're going to have you have no undefeated teams in conference play. You may not have any of them with only one loss at this point.
Hey, all I can say is Colorado could technically still get in, even if they don't make the championship for the Big 12 or whatever they call it now. That's all I'm going to call it.
They just have to keep winning and get higher ranked up in the college football poll.
I mean, worst case scenario, they go to the Holiday Bowl. Is what I heard. But so I watched a little bit earlier. You're upset that Napier is still around?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I there's apparently more stuff going on behind the scenes.
I know. I looked it up. I was like,
Speculation.
I wasn't going to type it, but I'm like,
Yeah, but
oh, so that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, but see, I think he should have been gone after the third game of the season when they got blown out at home by Texas A&M with a true freshman quarterback. They're just raising them apart. You know, I thought he should have been fired the first season. I've been saying that forever. He did not fit in the SEC. His game management. You talk about bad clock management, game management. That it's been 2 years of the same crap, and now what's happening is you get everybody now. Oh, he has injuries and stuff like that. He sucked before the injuries were an excuse. I mean, you take DJ Lagway. He's a great quarterback. He's tall, got a huge arm, and they're running him more than. I mean, I personally, if this guy's got a big arm and he does, I want to go back to Steve Spurrier offenses and throw the ball down the field. You know, where you're throwing at least half or maybe even throwing more than you run and actually throwing the ball down the field instead of this dink and dunk, quick outs, run the ball in the middle. It's a joke with a lot of Gator fans. You know, we know what the offense is. Run in the middle, throw the ball 2 yards. And occasionally they'll throw downfield if the quarterback does it. I mean, Lagway only had 6 pass attempts in a quarter and a half against Georgia. And the one time he threw the ball downfield, touchdown. So, yeah, no, I'm not happy. And the thing is, you know, they missed their opportunity to get rid of him when there was time and you could start a real search as the season starts.
Yeah, obviously.
Now he's had success, and you get people now that are, you know, complain, well, he's been through a lot. And, yeah, of course. But, you know, I tell you what, I watched Steve Spurrier coach Noah Brandeis and Doug Johnson to a good season years ago. And the thing is if they're on the third string quarterback. He looks okay when he gets time to throw the ball, like any third stringer would. But your play calling can't put him in second and third and longs constantly. You know, would they let him? Sometimes you have to max protect. You have to do things to put them in good scenarios. And that's where I don't think this coach has it. He doesn't make adjustments. He runs the same thing all the time. Usually when they do have a lead in the first half, they shut it down and don't score jack crap in the second half, which is what happened against UCF this year, happened against Tennessee last year, who came close to coming back in that game. So I don't like the ball management or anything. There's just so much with it.
Live looking on Air Force. Of course, I need Fresno State, I need BYU and Bama to win. And then if it all goes correctly, this will be, I mean, I'll still ultimately win. But it'll be tied somehow. Iowa State killed me. Georgia killed me. I'm like, what in the world was I thinking there? I thought Georgia wouldn't be that bad. I forgot Syracuse is better than, you know. But at least I didn't kill me. So the only one that technically killed me were Georgia, Iowa State, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Besides the tie. But
you remember I just told you that Missouri was trying to come back. They did tie Oklahoma. Well, Oklahoma just fumbled. There's like 30 seconds left the game. Oklahoma's quarterback fumbled. Missouri runs it for a touchdown. So Missouri scores 2 touchdowns in like 30 seconds. With 30 seconds left in the game, Missouri leads 30-23.
I could have told you Oklahoma. What is it? I want to know. What is their record? 5-4? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No, they're very bad. They've had a very inconsistent offense. They've not settled on quarterback. But, well, the thing what happened earlier this season, they benched Jackson Arnold after the Tennessee game, and the freshman that came in there gave him a spark in the second half, and then they sat Arnold for several games. Didn't look really good, much better on offense, and then just – you know, so they went back to Arnold after he saved came into South Carolina or the Ole Miss game. But let's see, They won the first 3 games: Temple, Houston, Tulane. They lost at home to Tennessee. Won at Auburn, lost to Texas in the Red River Shootout in Dallas. They got blasted by South Carolina at home. They lost at Ole Miss. They beat Maine, and then they're going to lose again tonight.
Wait, is that so? George, am I looking at this correctly? Miami now has their only loss, correct?
Right, Georgia Tech beat them today. Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was their second loss. I'm like, what?
No, the first
But
loss.
they're not that good.
Well, I tell you what, as a Gator fan, I'm not going to say.
Okay, compared to Florida, obviously.
No. They kicked the living crap out of Florida the first game of the season. This and Miami's a pretty damn good team. Cam Ward came from
Really?
State.
Did they play him?
Cam Ward is he's the leading candidate for the Heisman Trophy this year. His numbers are spectacular. Although he turned the ball over at times today with a pick and with a fumble with a minute and a half left in the game that sealed the win for Georgia Tech. But he's a good quarterback. And the team is okay. What I love about Miami, they got some big, tall, lanky wide receivers. They actually have speed and they have size. And, so Miami, don't look past Miami. They're really, really good.
I'm laughing. I'm like, seriously? I saw Ole Miss one. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. But Georgia, their quarterback is the problem there. It's not, I don't know. And it wasn't even at home, so it's not even an ankle break. 16 versus 3.
Well, your point is right about Georgia's quarterback. Carson Beck has really regressed as this season has gone. He started the season as one of the top quarterbacks, but like in Florida and the game before Florida, Texas, 3 picks against Texas, 3 picks against Florida. And then he had another one tonight. It's like a rolling turnover machine. And the offense doesn't have the explosion with the Georgia Bulldogs this year. I thought they'd be more explosive with Trevor Etienne having left Florida to go to Athens, but they don't. They're very methodical, plotting team, carried by their defense.
I'm telling you, I'm worried about switch. I'm worried about Utah next week.
Nah, I wouldn't see. Where's that game going to be? Is it going to be in Colorado or is it going to be at Utah?
It's versed, so I think it should be home. Let me see if I
yeah, it's a home game. Yeah, they'll do fine. I mean, Utah's not what they've been. Utah's 4-4, 1-4. They've lost Cam Rising.
I'm more worried about them losing to Utah than I am Kansas. But of course, what do I know? I thought Kansas was garbage and they won today. And then you got. So if we can, they should win all 3 of them. This should have been a higher scoring if it wasn't for penalties. If it wasn't for injuries right now, we would only have 1 loss. I could tell you that much. Because if I let's go look at this stat. I'm trying to see why I can. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Go figure. I don't even know how to look it up. But anyways, that's when Travis and the injuries happened, and I'm like, if we would have just won that game, we would have been higher overall, and we would have been better. I mean, I still think honestly, when it comes down to it, I gotta look at it.
The only game this year that I saw that Colorado should be ashamed of is that North Dakota State game, that first game of the year, where they survived 31-26. That a lot of people that could be a pull-off against the 1AA or 1 Division II team, I think.
I wasn't worried about. I thought we were gonna lose that one. To be fair.
Yeah, but they beat everybody else. I mean, they lost at Nebraska, and then they lost that game. Losing at home to Kansas State probably is the one.
If it wasn't for I can tell you this, Mike. If it wasn't for the injuries, I think we would have won. But
Mm-hmm.
it happened early, and you can't. Once you have Travis go out, might as well kiss it goodbye. But we still are in second.
Mm-hmm. That's the name of the game. Make it the conference a conference championship game.
I heard someone say even if they didn't, I don't know how it all works for a championship game, but I heard they could somehow still get in. I don't see it. So I'm either I'm to the point that I'm like, I'll be happy if they got a bowl game. They're probably
I don't see it either way. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see it. Wouldn't be the only way they would jump someone if they don't win out completely championship and at all.
Well, they are 20th.
Would be if they. The only way they would do it is if they prime effect. If
they're ranked 20th in the college football thing, so that means they got to get up into the top 12. If they don't win a conference championship, their best way to get in is by winning the Big 12 championship game, and they look like that they have a good shot of making that game.
Did the Utah game finish? The Utah didn't finish, did they yet?
I don't know, because I think that game's starting. I think BYU and Utah.
No, second quarter, BYU. BYU's winning right now. I figured, I'm like, everybody that picked them high, I'm like, are you kidding me? Utah's decent, but they're not great. But
they're not like the Utah team.
I didn't buy into them. Of course, I didn't buy into BYU either, but, I was thinking Tech or, Baylor.
Well, Utah, when they had Cam Rising, there was some consistency with offense. They had some danger to him, but since he's out again, hurt again, it's there's not much.
I don't know why. I don't know why they should just bench him. He's already hurt. He's always been hurt.
Yeah, and he's out for the season. He got hurt again, so he's not playing this year. He actually is done for the season, and he's had like 6 or 7 seasons, and they said I think his college career is officially over though now.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what shocked me the most when I did my college football playoff part of the show? I did a live look-in. Where are they getting? I mean, I know Washington State is 7-1, but I don't see why they are 21 of all. I mean, I don't. Okay, here's the full schedule. I don't see any big name win for being 21, but I don't know. Maybe, Boise State, but they lost, so I don't get it. Why they're 21.
Yeah, Portland State, Texas. Well, see, they did beat Texas Tech, Washington, Boise State. They lost to. Yeah, I agree. I had that same thought with Oregon State. It's going to be so hard for either one of these teams. There's no competition out there worth ranking them. Like you said, only Boise State was the only team that was ranked and actually worth something. But then again, it doesn't matter because Boise just. I
honestly think me being honest here, I would be fine if Colorado just got 12 and call it good. If they get it. I don't need them to be. They'll be shocking if they go far. I just can't believe Ohio State. Did Ohio State win?
Yeah, they played Purdue. They won easy.
Oh, they were. So that's why they put Ohio State over Georgia.
Well, Ohio State will jump Georgia this week.
No, obviously,
This
but
week.
I'm just saying when they put them 2 over Georgia.
I think
But
Georgia was still. I think Georgia was ranked second though this week. Because
No.
Ohio State.
Oh, in the playoff, or are we talking AP?
We're talking about AP and in the playoff. AP.
AP, I thought they were 3.
The playoff has them too. That's what's so funny with them. With all things, I'm stuck. I stay with the AP, but in terms of the playoff rankings, yeah, Ohio State jumped them for whatever reason. It doesn't matter this week because Georgia lost. Speaking of possible upsets, Virginia is leading Pitt with a minute 45 left, 24-19. But Pitt has the ball driving.
Yeah, but Pitt, like I said, who did Pitt lose to? Did I forget they lost to someone?
Yeah, they lost. They won. Let's see.
They lost to, they lost to SMU, which is undefeated.
Yeah,
I remember now.
That's
Which is weird because they.
SMU, dude, it's like SMU was a throwaway. I mean, like they were not even mentioned, and all of a sudden, hey, SMU's joining the ACC with the West Coast teams. It's crazy. And by the way, it looks like Virginia will win. Looks like they just took the ball away from Pitt, and wow. I tell you, that's how bad Florida football is. It's freaking Virginia is more competitive and play better than the Gators.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Are there any other games going on besides?
Let's see. We got a few games going on. Not much left. BYU Utah is really the big game.
I thought started doing that. I should have started from the week 1, but I didn't think of it.
Fresno State Air Force is on Fox right now. UNLV and Hawaii are on CBS Sports Network. Virginia, Pittsburgh are wrapping up now. BYU, Utah on the ESPN, and Utah State, Washington State on the CW. So you got 4 games.
Which is so weird because CW is not what I thought.
Well, that's what I keep saying is like, dadgummit, for all you people that like Arrow and all those DC Comics shows, what all they put on there, they're also into football now.
Yeah, because they don't have the Arrowverse anymore.
Yeah. It's too funny. But yeah, wow, we were just talking about this earlier. Pitt, trying to look at the ACC standings, who would make the ACC championship game, and Pitt will lose at home. Figured they would lose before the others.
Well, I know a Virginia fan will be happy. What is Virginia? Does Virginia matter?
Not really. They're 4-4. They're very average. But hey,
way to go, Pitt.
Yeah,
so you're not making the playoffs. So the only way that UC would get in would be SMU.
Well, to be right, you have to win a championship game, and it looks like SMU is going to make the championship game. It comes down to who's going to make it between Clemson and Miami. And I'm not sure what the ACC tiebreaker is because if Clemson and Miami both end up with 1 loss, I do not know. My guess is they take the highest ranked team so that they could have more of a chance of getting teams in the playoffs. So that would mean Clemson needs Miami to lose again because they would jump it. Hey, Buddy Hepburn. Good to see you, Buddy. Buddy's watching Fresno and Air Force right now.
I could have told you I need Fresno to win, but that's me.
That's okay. But yeah,
I don't really have a dog in the fight. That
Yeah,
I don't even know how to look it up on. Oh, here we go.
What are you trying to look up?
Tiebreaker.
Oh yeah, okay.
Chaos scenario.
You need to look up the ACC. Yeah, there you go. All right, that's perfect. That's a good article. It looks like.
I'm just trying to read for your schedule. Blah blah blah. I still. but what does Clemson have to do with Florida State? That's what I don't get.
Slow down with the article again. Let's see, Clemson 5-0. Let's see. Okay, that's an older. Go back up again real quick. Let me see a bit because they had the Clemson at 5-0. Clemson has lost. That might be a. Let's see. Opponents winning percentage tiebreaker is like okay. So there's 20 ACC tiebreakers, but despite a big record. Okay, so potential like there they had 3 potential when this article was written back on Halloween. 3-8-0. Okay, if you slide down just a little bit, yeah, go ahead and slide down a little bit. I think it may be based on best winning percentage. And if that case, Miami would have the if it's overall win percentage.
This never could happen.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm looking for.
Well, see, this article even does not make it clear. It says the deciding tiebreaker would likely be the winning percentage of each team's conference opponents in conference. Okay, so the winning percentage of each team's conference opponents in conference game, like a strength of schedule comparison. So
what does that mean when it comes?
That basically means in the do they play 8 or they? Let's see. There's 3 more games. There's 2 more games for Miami, so they play 6. So they play 8 conference games. So basically, the records. Say they'll take up the records of all of Clemson's ACC opponents, and then take the records of Miami's ACC opponents, and then whoever's opponents did better overall than the others, that's the one that wins the tiebreaker.
So you're telling me it would be like let me pull something up. So
would it be like go ahead.
I gotta find it. So it would be almost like
it's a strength of schedule. Basically, my say if me and you and my opponents in the conference had a better record overall than yours did, I would win the tiebreaker.
Okay. So in all actuality, it's probably going to be. So probably, my gut says SMU and Clemson, which means SMU is probably going to win.
Well, let's see. Yeah, you need to map it all out, and somebody did the number. The only problem is that Clemson had, well, they both had FSU, so they're, but see, Clemson also had Stanford. So just eyeballing it right now, I think that Miami would have it based on the opponents' records from the teams I see. They had Georgia Tech, Duke, Louisville.
Wait. How is Cal? Where did Cal play?
What?
Oh, wait. They lost to Florida State. They lost to Miami. They lost to Pitt. Okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, but basically, it's not that they're losing to them. It's just that looks like Miami, Duke has more wins. Georgia Tech has more wins than a lot of the teams that Clemson played.
So then it would be SMU and Miami then?
Yeah. Buddy is putting out the tiebreakers out here in the chat. One is head-to-head. 2 is a win percentage versus all common opponents. 3 is the win percentage versus common opponents based on order of finish. 4, the combined win percentage of conference opponents. And then 5th, tied team with a higher ranking in the team rating score. And 6, representatives shall be chosen by a draw as a miss. I like tiebreaker number 6. I like tiebreaker number 6. Do you remember?
What does it mean?
That means basically they'll draw straws or they'll pick a number out of a hat. They'll flip a coin. That's what number 6 is.
Are you kidding?
No, that's serious.
It would be the ACC.
Well, this happened a couple years. Was it last year or the year before when Buffalo had that player that was injured in the Kansas City game and they didn't finish the game? Well, it caused so many tiebreaker scenario issues that they literally were coming down to only a few options, and one of them really seriously was going to be a coin toss. It's yeah. I want to see it come down to a coin toss or drawing straws one time, just for the fun of it.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it is. It seems like impossible,
Oh, I'm not even. I hate late games. Going from West Coast, going back and farther at night, I barely ever watch any night game.
Oh, I love late night games. There's nothing better than it. Some of the best football around. West Coast football has always been good. Usually higher scoring games. Sometimes if you take a nap, you can wake up and keep. Get that finish the game after you've had a little nap.
So that'll be a good.
And Buddy said this for two teams and slightly. That's what the article Wade had. The Wade, your article had the three. If three of them ended up 8-0, and what Buddy's saying is that's for two teams. So that's the problem. There's so much dang uncertainty. I'm afraid to even look at the SECs because some of these conferences with so many teams now, and they're all cannibalizing each other.
Here, I can tell you. You want SEC?
Well, I can look at that. Yeah.
Here we go.
Because now we got.
I don't know how it works though.
Well, Texas A&M and Tech. I think in this case it's going to be pretty easy. But
what?
If things go a certain way, if Tennessee can win at Georgia, and then win at Vanderbilt, and then you had the winner of Texas A&M, you'd have your two teams easy right there. But presuming Tennessee loses at Georgia. Plus, also, Nico left the game tonight with an upper body injury. He missed the second half in the game.
Wait. Whoa. Why is A&M playing Texas at the end of the year?
Because Texas is back into the SEC. Well, these two teams used to be common opponents, old hated rivals in the old Southwest.
No, I know that.
And then the Big 12, they're putting it back on the historic Thanksgiving weekend matchup. They used to always play Thanksgiving matchup. So, yeah, they always play on Thanksgiving, and that's part of the thing. They've wanted to restore that rivalry. Now that they're in the state conference, they will. Yep.
No, that makes sense. I totally forgot about that. I was like, well, if I had my way, the Oregon State game would be, I would have, but of course, can't do it.
Oregon State will never beat Oregon again. I'm sorry.
They could.
Dude, here's the thing.
It happened before.
Well, no, I don't think anytime soon. Washington State somehow held their talent, even though Cam Ward left for Miami. Oregon State's got no talent on that roster. They look like a small 1AA school playing against. I mean, they've really gone down. The quarterback can't throw. All they do is run all the time. And Oregon State's had a history of running offenses, but they really are outclassed by weaker competition. You can tell they have a losing record already this year. The Pac-12 having fallen off, it's going to be a challenge for Washington State and Oregon State to remain competitive like they did. Heck, or the Beavers lost their coach, Jonathan Smith, a graduate of Oregon State, goes to Michigan State because why? He wanted to stay in a real big conference in one of the Power Four conferences. So
the problem is the conference fell apart, to be honest.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I just still can't get used to California, Stanford, and the ACC.
Hey, you know where they should? They should be with Harvard. They shouldn't be in the ACC, but that won't happen. That's what they should, if I had it my way.
No,
why?
I would have never let the conferences break up the way they did.
No, I know, but I'm saying if they're Stanford makes more sense with Harvard and all those because those are smarts, the smarts of the smarts, like MIT. But I would have, of course, if I had it my way, I would have the Big Eight back.
Yes, exactly. That's old.
Of course, I wouldn't lie for it, but
That's okay. That's old school.
Why I don't get why. I'm shocked. Are they? Is that Feds? You gonna fire their coach, or are they
What-
gonna keep him?
Who's that again?
Florida State.
Well, that's an interesting thing to say. And yeah, buddy, yeah, Ivy League never makes the playoffs. I think they're at the 1AA level.
Yeah,
But
but Stanford.
even
Yeah, but
that-
Stanford isn't gonna make it no matter
Yeah.
what
Well,
conference they are.
Well, I don't know. Stanford used to have some good teams at times.
Yeah, but that was back when they had Harbaugh. They haven't been good in years.
Yeah, well, they were decent a few
So,
years
yeah,
ago,
man.
but Ivy League, I don't even think the Ivy League gets to play in the 1AA or the FCS championship games. That's what's so crazy. Oh, by the way, UC Davis is at Montana right now on ESPN2. That's how if you're desperate for football, but it can be fun. But to your point though, it just some of these schools will never make the playoffs again with the conference realignments. That's why I'm so passionate with Florida is that Florida, I mean, they're playing their way into irrelevancy. When you get 16-team conferences and the pressures to win your conference or at least finish very high in order to make the playoffs, and you keep sitting on a coach that is really, really average to below average, you're becoming more and more irrelevant to the players, the recruits, and everything else. And
this article makes me laugh. I'm like, yeah, Florida State said no.
But they may say yes now. You never know.
No, they're not going to because I can't see him wait. He'll be. I mean, maybe down the line.
Never say never. Never say never. Because I'll tell you, Lane Kiffin would be the coach at Florida today or at the end of the season if they would ask him. I'm telling you. But now they've committed themselves to that. FSU would take prime time back in a heartbeat. It's a great time. Norvell is struggling again. And he's a typical case. We have Dabo Sweeney who won't use the NIL and the transfer portals. People are yelling at him to do that, but Mike Norvell has built the Florida State roster in the last 2 years. He had 2 good years, especially last year, but then this year, the DJ from Oregon State flopped. The teams of turmoil. I mean, he's a poster child for what can go wrong in the NIL situation, and there is not a lot of love for him. He's not a native and everything else. Florida State is also one of those teams that is in a lot of flux right now because they're looking actively to get out of the Atlantic Coast Conference. If they could find a way to buy out,
they're not going to the SEC.
But they may go to the Big Ten.
Why?
There are other conferences out there.
Sense.
More money because a lot of the talk is that the ACC is not paying them what they should get. What they agreed to. There's a lot of legal stuff going on between them. Clemson and North Carolina have also been, especially Clemson's been looking at escaping too. There's been a lot, and especially the expansion in the ACC caused a lot of blow up between a lot of these schools. That's why we had the first ACC expansion vote fail, and then the second one that also threw SMU in then finally passed because North Carolina State flipped, became the vote that approved the expansion. But I tell you, I
laugh at this article too because.
Yeah. But why wouldn't he take it? Why wouldn't he go back to FSU?
Because he would have been there already.
Not as a coach.
Yeah, he would have.
No, not as a coach.
He played.
But he played, but he wouldn't have been a head coach.
No, I know, but I'm saying I forget. I saw it somewhere. I can't seem to find an article, but trying to figure it. FSU.
Yeah. And yeah, buddy, it's a tougher schedule and harder. That travel across country is hard, and they're playing harder teams on such a travel distance. Yeah, and scheduling it is good if your team can get better. Florida showed this year your strength of schedule. I mean, when you get possible games,
they hired Norvell instead of Dion.
But see, also remember though, Dion did not have coaching experience at the higher levels. Mike Norvell did at the time.
Where-
He
where
was at
was
Memphis. He was at Memphis. It's still larger than what Jackson State is and was. So that's why Dion, and I believe that's Dion's first game first coaching job at Jackson State. So they couldn't just hire him at such a big program. Now, Mike Norvell is kind of like a Billy Napier thing, except Memphis is a bit larger than Louisiana, but, it's always a risk, But I think at the time they couldn't have hired Dion. He didn't have the coaching experience for such a program to deal with the recruiting and everything else. But now that he's had a couple years at Colorado, heck yeah.
Hey, if it happens, whatever. Then we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
I can't imagine with all the money, I'll probably figure it. But anyways, I just want to do a short stream recap. I'll go in depth on this show on Tuesday when I get my live reaction for the college football playoff.
Oh yeah, that poll comes out Tuesday night too. Should be interesting to see what changes this week.
And and the funny, so I'm making a change on something. It'll make sense in a second. Let me just get there. Shameless plug anyways. I was going to just do, originally I was just going to do like show right here. Up there. And then I decided might as well just put sports, like college football, like gameplay in here just for a little side. But so it'll be sports still, but you might get a sprinkle of like if Colorado would be the 12, it would be Ohio State instead, or stuff like that. But for the most part, it'll stay live. You just might get a sprinkle of video games in it, but it'll be sports. But anyways, and then I might do like a head coach and do a playthrough of Dynasty and then put it over here and clips is what my plan is. So that's that. If you don't already know, here's the link for that. And then we're almost done. I was only going to do short show, probably an hour or less. I'll go in depth. The main show, 1 day a week. It depends on scheduling. And that will be, the next one will be, of course I didn't plan it yet, will be Tuesday at 7:30. I just haven't put it up yet. And then the last part will be, let me just pull up something. And then we'll get out of here. Thanks for coming on, Dad, man.
Hey, no problem. Enjoyed it. Glad I wasn't half asleep tonight. But yeah, it's been a long few weeks. But yeah, appreciate you asking me on.
Yeah. And I'm hoping to get, I know scheduling conflict, but I'm hoping to get you on one of the regular college weekly shows. Worst case, before the end of the season, but worst case, we can figure out next season.
Yeah. It's been a crazy year here.
No kidding, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I do have hoping to get new designs. Um, New designs should be. Sorry. I should be getting them tomorrow, and they should be up tomorrow. Um, Holiday-esque with the dogs, and then I will be getting a new logo done, same design, just a different instead of gray and yellow. That'll be for sports, so that way I don't have the same logo for the two different channels. And then, and then one more thing. I just got to send it to myself via X really quick. I just got to find it. I should have planned this better, but it'll make sense in a second why. Working it out. I can do it. I can do this. Or almost. Come on. So I will do a new. I will have a new uniform for college football. For the pups, once I get it and upload it, so it'll have a little bit of a different flair. So what the heck is? Oh, I did. Not that. I hate when you do the wrong. You think you're doing it right. Messed up. Okay, here we go. The real time. Click this. So this will be, I'll have a new logo, new uniform combo soon. I'll keep this how they are. But I thought with the holidays, might as well get a little bit of the holiday flair. So,
Oh, that's cute. A little helmet. That's neat.
yeah, it's for the new college football game. They came out 25. Not that one. And then this will be plain as I'll add the new. I gotta redo this and add a couple things, but this will be identical to what it is now. It's just a little bit of flair. And then that'll be that. But I gotta wait for it to finish, the art to get done, and then everything will be up. But so yeah. Not the show for tonight. But thank you, Dunnan, for joining.
Oh, thanks again, Wade. Appreciate it.
You got anything? You got anything to plug?
See, well, just whenever dadmanwalkie55.com or no.com, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Monday, I go random these days a lot more than anything else. But Monday night, we're talking NFL football. We're looking at. I got two people coming on talking about the Jags Lions game for the following Sunday. Then Tuesday night, Daisy Blossom and I are going to be talking about Independence Day resurgence. And, I got plans for Friday, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. And then the following Sunday, we'll be talking about Thanksgiving at 6 p.m. in the evening. But that's about it. Of course, the missus has her daily show at 10 a.m. Eastern, so Monday to Friday.
I'll probably do I didn't schedule yet, but tomorrow I'll probably do a game stream. Monday I will do a game stream at night, probably 7:30. Tuesday will be streaming. Wednesday, I don't know yet. Probably not. Friday I will be streaming. It's not out yet, but I'll probably post it, get it set tomorrow. And then my new game plan, in case people didn't see the last thing, and then we'll get out of here. It's late. Will be, in case people didn't see it yet, I'll be doing, starting next Saturday, I'll have a 10 a.m. show, a 5 p.m. show every Saturday. So that'll be on the game channel, the live channel. It'll probably be the only gaming, but depends on who shows up and everything. I'll probably keep them live and take it down if solo. You never know. I'm trying to get it on a regular schedule. So that's my plan for that. And with that,
by the way, Wade, BYU's losing 21-10 nearing halftime.
now
So Utah is standing strong tonight.
that's what I figured they would do. You never know on rival games.
Yep.
And with that, we are going to start shutting it down. And to exit out, I have an outro. Bye, guys.
Bye.
In the realm of pixels and code, where legends are made. Real Raid Nation gaming clips on display like a cascade. There's no stopping us now, we're on fire. YouTube is the stage, our passion burning higher. Real Raid Nation, we conquer and we play. Gaming clips on display, we slay all night and day. Join us on this journey, let's make history. In the world of gaming, we create our own reality. Oh, 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 oh. From RPGs to shooters, we dominate the scene. Our skills shine bright like a laser beam. Subscribe, like, and share, let's spread the word. Real Wave Nation gaming clips where legends are heard. So grab your controller and step into the light. Real Wave Nation gaming clips, we own the night. Real Wave Nation, we conquer and we play. Gaming clips on display, we slay all night and day. Join us on this journey, let's make history. In the world of gaming, we create our own reality. From RPGs to shooters, we dominate the scene. Our skills shine bright like a laser beam. Subscribe, like, and share, let's spread the word. Real Wave Nation gaming clips, our legends are heard. So grab your controller and step into the light. Real Wave Nation gaming clips, we own the night.